So, red lights are up, and we're about to get underway for race 2 at Silverstone. Green flag is waved, and John Cox leads the field away from reverse grid pole, and Jack Weddle immediately coming under pressure from Matt Cook for second place. Going to be side by side through Cobb's Corner. Richard Molden getting involved up in there as well. Watch out for Andy Flagg. Oh, trumpet, Henny, and it looked like Ellis has come together into Cobb's Corner. So absolute drama for those two. Matt Trumpets was going round and facing the wrong way out of Cobb's Corner as well. But the leaders, crucially, have gotten away cleanly. And David Hatton has as well. He's fighting in the middle of the pack, still in 10th place, it seems. But John Cox storming clear with Jack Weddle at the moment, leaving the field. Oh, another spinner to the exit of Aintree. Looked like Adrian Clark, but almost side by side up at the front of the field. John Cox having to repel the advances of Jack Weddle as they emerge out of Luffield. Look at the gap they've pulled to Andy Flagg, who's moved his way up into third place already. He said he was a very quick car. Watch out for him as they close up later in the race. Side by side as they come into Cobb's Corner. Weddle trying to go around the outside in that purple and black car, and still neck and neck with the grey and red of John Cox, and side by side into Maggots and Beckett's. Very brave stuff. Still absolutely neck and neck. They make contact, and Weddle goes round, and that's the end of his hopes of winning this reverse grid race. So John Cox with 1 second over Andy Flagg as they emerge onto the hangar straight. Richard Molden running in third place at the moment, then Garen Batten, and just behind them Miguel Moreland leads an absolute train of cars coming down the hangar straight. Van Gene and Spanners ready. Looks like they're going to go side by side. Van Gene tucks in behind actually, and John Lang getting involved in that as well. Oh no, Van Gene's dropped it out of Stowe Corner. Very nearly takes David Hatton with him, but he swerves to avoid. And Hatton taking a classically methodical approach to this opening lap. But at the end of lap 1, John Cox leads the field ahead of Andy Flagg by 1.2 seconds. Richard Molden in third, just ahead of Garen Batten. Miguel Moreland in 5th place still. Then Richard Spanners ready in 6th place. And John Lang running very closely there with David Hatton, who is going to try and make his way through the field now. Carl Power up into 10th place, just behind Stephen Williams. And so our top contenders from race 1 very much getting up in there, except for Tim Ellis, who is currently in 20th place, battling with Alex Strilsma and Danny Henney, who I haven't seen come through on the timing yet. 24th place, I'm told he is. So, Spanners a bit of side-by-side with John Lang into Luffield, and they're fighting over 6th place, and Lang runs wide on the exit of the corner. And,
I'm massively out of my league here.
Yeah, well, David Hatton now going to try and follow in his footsteps. Around the outside of Cobb's Corner would be brave. But he is brave enough, and Stephen Williams going to fly through as well. Now, absolute string of cars looking to make their way through. Very important to see how the top guys make their way up the order, and it's absolutely one of the most important parts of this championship. Bearing in mind that for 2/3 of the season, you're going to be coming up from a lowly grid position.
That was horrible, just getting swamped through Maggots and Beckett's by 5
It's
people.
a horrible feeling. I've been there. So Hatton lining up a move on John Lang for 6th place as they come through Stowe Corner, but no way through on this particular occasion. And actually Hatton's got to watch out because he's got Stephen Williams trying to break around the outside of the Vale chicane. Very tough to make a move around the outside there work, although I believe Ishmael Basso is proving me very much wrong just behind them as he goes side by side with James Wingfield, that was. Meanwhile, Andy Flagg has set the fastest lap of the race, 59.8, and has brought that gap down to 0.8 of a second at the front of the field. But David Hatton, meanwhile, is that Miguel Moreland that they're coming up to round now? It is indeed. So John Lang up the inside of the loop, and David Hatton follows him through. All neat and tidy, and Williams next to pick off Moreland through Aintree, and then Carl Powell will follow him through. So these guys only 5 seconds off the lead at the moment. And as they're scrapping away, not closing in on Cox in the lead, but could well do later in the race. On lap 3 of 8 already, so the clocks are going to be ticking down very quickly. Apologies if you're seeing Lang blinking in and out. We are at the mercy of each user's internet connection. So look at that absolutely brilliant string of cars flying through Copse Corner, almost completely nose to tail. Plenty of them scrapping for position. Danny Henney is making progress. He's just taken 17th place away from Colin Ward, so he's definitely on the recovery. But as it stands, David Hatton could well take a chunk out of both his title rivals in this race. Gotta be careful because there's Carl Power, and with Lang 3 wide into Stoke Corner. Carl thinks better of it, and Hatton runs a little bit wide, and the wise and sage Carl Power actually picks up the place there from David Hatton and makes it 2 in 2 as he picks off John Lang immediately at the Vale chicane. Oh, got to be careful, running wide through the exit and bouncing over. Hatton's lost it! Oh, what a save! As they came back onto the pit straight, Hatton very nearly threw it all away with that moment on the curve, and now he's got Wingfield in his sides, banging wheels as they come through Copse Corner. He can't afford another incident in this race. So for 5th place, Lang and Power side by side now, and they are closing in on Batten and Molden, currently scrapping over 3rd place. So Power towards the inside at Brooklands, and this will be his 5th place. Not quite. Lang runs it a little bit wide and very nearly contact as they come into the right-hander at Luffield, and Power is forced the long way around. Who's got the better momentum as they come round Woodcote, and it could be side by side again through Copse Corner. They say it's quite difficult, but I'm having trouble believing that with the amount these guys are doing it. And so Power has to yield that one. And Williams now has the momentum on him as they come towards Maggots and Beckett. I think he's going to challenge him too much. No, tucks back in behind him. Meanwhile, that gap at the front has definitely come down. Andy Flagg is right with our race leader, John Cox. And if the wheel-to-wheel action we've seen from Cox so far this season is anything to go by, we could be in for a mighty lead scrap with 4 laps to go at the end of this one. So Cox, we've already seen him repel the advances of Jack Weddell on the opening lap. Now he's got a whole new challenger in Andy Flagg, who took another 2 tenths out of him on the previous lap. We'll see what it is this time around. Yeah, 6 tenths on that occasion, and Cox already feeling the need to go defensive towards towards Abbey. Through the farm curve, is Andy Flagg going to be able to pounce up the inside? They've absolutely left the rest of the field for dust, nearly 6 seconds clear of Garen Batten in 3rd place, and Cox runs a little bit wide out of Village. This could be a great opportunity for Andy Flagg. Lines up a nice exit and down this Wellington straight.
Lang loses it
fully
into Abbey.
Oh, well, that's a shame for John Lang. He was running right up in there, but side by side for the lead of the race. Cox thought he covered him off, but Flagg has found the inside line down at Brooklands, but Cox will not give this one up easily. Round the outside he goes, and still absolutely neck and neck as they come through Luffield, and Cox just eases him over to the left-hand side of the track and is able to hang on to the lead of the race. Flagg not finished yet, though, as he emerges out of the slipstream and is going to make it side by side into Copse Corner, but with the outside line, he's not going to yet backs out of that one and thinks better of it. They're lining him up for a move down the hanger straight, surely. He'll be practically pushing him through Maggots and Beckett's at this rate, and just draws a little bit of an overlap, keeps his nose in there, and maybe thought he was going to offset Cox a little bit, but Cox is wise to his game. So another slipstreaming opportunity down the hanger straight. Could have another 4 laps of this. I'll be thoroughly entertained by it. So Flagg in that pink and white, tucked right up in the slipstream, has to go to the outside of Stowe Corner. You can make it around the outside work, but he decides to go for that undercut. get the better run. Can he challenge him on the way into the Vale chicane? Cox covers him off, and Flag once again is forced onto the outside line. And John could get a little wrong-footed through there, but he is absolutely bulletproof under the pressure of Andy Flag. So far, anyway. Side by side into Abbey once again. Flag choosing not to do the wall of death around the outside. Could be another braking manoeuvre. Cox is placing his car absolutely perfectly at the moment. Runs a little bit wide through Village, but we saw him do this last time round and was still able to hang on down the Wellington straight. So might not be that big a drama for him. Fantastic scrapping for the lead of this race 2, the first of 2 reverse grid races. Remember, we've got another one to come, and John, that was maybe a little bit of a late move back over to the right hand side, but we'll let you get away with it. Coming out of Luffield once again, 2 laps to go at the end of this one. Flag once again tucked right up in the position. Oh, he's found the inside line for Cox this time. That's a better line, and he could just squeeze Cox out onto the outside if he can make it work. But John Cox is doing a superb job of hanging on to this lead. I'll tell you, I faced this when I was staring down the back of his car. He will not yield a position if he doesn't have to. Meanwhile, Carl Power has made his way up into 3rd place. So he's got past Malden and Batten while we've been watching this battle. And Hatton up into 6th place as well. But this lead battle has got our attention. And Flag once again towards the outside of Stowe Corner. He's pulled ahead, but Cox once again has got the correct line. And is just able to edge him wide. He's just feed him over to the edge of the track and is doing a superb job of defending this lead. And once again is able to cover off the inside in the Vale chicane. Just no way through. Wherever Flag wants to be, Cox is putting his car. Oh, but this time again, Flag has found the... Oh, a little chop, and Flag had to move across to defend it. It's getting a little bit argy-bargy out there now. And Flag's... Oh, no! They've made contact! And they've both gone round. Flag is facing the wrong way. John Cox... Oh, I thought for a second... Oh, that's a dangerous rejoin. Oh, my goodness. So a couple of cars got a little bit caught out there. I thought for a moment that John was just going to be able to hang on to it, but it swapped ends on him again, and now he's caught up right between Wingfield, Ellis, and Flag has been able to rejoin close with them as well. So that now means that Kyle Power leads by 1.5 seconds ahead of Garen Batten, with David Hatton now in 3rd place, Stephen Williams in 4th, and Richard Molden in 5th. This race has just been turned on its head with a lap and a half to go. So Hatton running in that 3rd place spot. Can he nick 2nd away in the final lap and a half? And that would really turn around his evening, especially with Tim Ellis currently running down in 10th place. Danny Henney has made a remarkable recovery up into 7th place. So maybe David's not going to be recovering as many points as he would have hoped. And Henney, oh, was that him going around the outside of Gregory Leader and running off the circuit? Indeed it was. And he's trying to make a move into Maggots and Beckett on that grey and blue HWA car. He'll be lining up the move, coming down that hanger straight for 6th place. Should be easy pickings for the championship leader. But for 2nd place, Hatton towards the inside of Stowe Corner, and he's up into that 2nd place spot ahead of Garen Batten. So Power leads Hatton with a lap to go. And potentially a podium for Stephen Williams, as he's right on the back of that number 67 car as well now. So the podium very much not settled just yet as we start this final lap. So Hatton just ahead of Batten by a few tenths of a second, but we're going to keep an eye on Stephen Williams as he goes towards the outside. Super late braking move around the outside of Village. And can he hang it all the way around the outside and get the inside line for the loop? He can indeed. That's Stephen Williams up into 3rd place. I wonder if Batten could try and fight back down the Wellington straight. He is indeed. Had the tighter line through Aintree and was hoping to get the side draft there, I think, but if he can brake late enough up the inside of Brookland, it'll be a brave man who can outbrake Stephen Williams, I'll tell you that. And it looks like he's consolidated that third place spot now. Henny, meanwhile, up into fifth place. He has dispatched of Gregory Leader and Richard Molden. So coming through Copse Corner for the last time. And Kyle on course. Let me check my stat sheet, actually. This would be his first victory in the Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge. He's had 2 podiums up until this point, but never has he stood on the top step of the podium. And, well, he's certainly going to do it in a moment. Some might say it was handed to him after the contact between Cox and Flag, but he has driven absolutely superbly today so far. Great result in race 1, and he's going to improve it in race 2. 1.5 seconds ahead of David Hatton, who is going to claw back a few crucial championship points. Stephen Williams going to take another podium for the season. But here comes Kyle Power around that final corner. His first victory in the Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge. What a moment. David Hatton in second, Stephen Williams in third place. Garen Batten able to hold off Danny Henny at the line there. That was fourth place for him. So Henny comes home fifth. Great recovery, having faced the wrong way at the first corner. Richard Molden in seventh place. Andy Flagg in eighth after a little bit of a recovery after that contact battling with John Cox. Tim Ellis was also facing the wrong way at the start of the race. He's in ninth, and John Lang in 10th place. Wow. I think we should try and speak to our race winner. Kyle, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hello, Kyle. You've just taken your first Missed Apex Formula Renault Challenge win.
Yeah, very, very happy to get the monkey off my back. I was beginning to wonder whether I'd ever get a chance to win one. A little bit fortunate at the end there. There were sort of leaders battling and kind of wanted them to battle hard so I could go and fight them on the last lap. But they took each other out, so very kind of them. Thank you, you two. Yeah, very happy.
Oh, fantastic. So, 20th on the grid for the next one. What can you do from there?
I'd like to try to see if I could break the top 5. That'd be nice. I've had some fantastic battles today, like in that last race with John Lang. He was fighting really hard. We had some really good, clean racing there. So yeah, top 5 I'd be happy.
Okay, cool. Right, well, we'll let you get on. Congratulations on the win, and good luck for race 3.